In this lesson, we will discuss one of the most important feature of machine learning, that is training and testing data. Here I have written some information for you, but first of all, I will explain with the help of my CSV file what we are going to discuss. See here, this is my file and we have three columns here: mileage, model and selling price. So take the example of mileage first. Here, suppose we can take the model. Suppose this is Acura, is 100k is the mileage and the model is 2010. Selling price is 21,000. See here, again the mileage is 100k, but the selling price is 24,000. Why it is more than this? Because the model is 2015, right? So these are the mileage, these are the model, and these are the selling price. So it means that selling price, this column is the dependent variable, while these two are the independent variables. Or simply you can say that selling price depends on mileage and model, right? So what we have to do here, we have 10 records. We will divide our records in two parts, whatever ratio you want, 60/40 or 80/20. I say, suppose here I will take 70% and 30%. For 70% data we will make our model, and for 30% data we will use the model in order to see whether we have a good model or not, right? So here, suppose you can see these are the dependent variables. Our answers are here. When we will create the model, we will give this information to our model and see whether our output is exactly 12,000, 8,000 or 5,000. If yes, we will say our model is accurate, but normally it does not happen. Sometimes it is 70%, 80%, it depends. We will see in with the help of our example how our model looks like, right? I hope this is clear. I am going to close it and we will do with the help of our example using Jupyter Notebook. And here I have written the same thing, that selling price is the dependent variable while mileage and model are the independent variables, right? This we have to import sklearn.model underscore selection dot train underscore test underscore split, right? I will show you how we have to do. This method is used in machine learning projects to split available dataset into training and test. This way you can train and test on separate datasets. When you test your models using dataset that model did not see during training phase, it will give you a better idea on the accuracy of the model. Whatever I have explained with the help of a CSV file, I have written here. So we are going to start now. First of all, we have to import the important libraries, and then we will see whether our data set is here, and then we will build a model, we will apply some testing, and we will make some prediction. So first of all, import pandas as PD and import matplotlib as well, because with the help of matplotlib we will make some graph. So it is C asterisk means it is executing, right? Okay, after this it is working, no worries at all. After this we have to give some name to our data frame. As we are working on the cars model, so I said cars underscore model, but again it's up to you, whatever name you can use it here, is equal to pd dot read underscore file. With the help of read underscore file we will import our data file here, and this in quotation you have to write down the path of your CSV file. When we will run it, sometime it will give error. In order to avoid that error, I have written R here, right? Okay, when I will run, so it is successfully executed. Now we want to check whether our data frame is here or not. So cars underscore model is the name of our data frame, just executed. See, our data frame is here. These are the three columns: mileage, model and selling price. Now, I will show you, as we have imported our matplotlib, so we will see what is the relationship between mileage and the selling price, and then model and the selling price, right? Whatever you have to take on x-axis, because we take independent variable on x-axis. That is why you have to write down first. So this is the syntax plt dot scatter, as we are making the scatter plot. So scatter in parenthesis, write down the name of your data frame, square bracket, write down whatever you have to take on x-axis in quotation, comma, and then again your data frame name, and in square bracket selling price, which is on the vertical axis. When I will run it, so you will see here the graph. Here actually I did not make any labels, but you know, because I have explained in our in last lesson how to make these labels. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Here in x-axis we have the mileage. It means as the mileage increases, the price decreases. See, if we will join this curve, it will come like this. Though, even though all points are not on the line, but there is a strong relationship, but negatively strong relationship. Not exactly -1, maybe minus 9, 90, maybe -8, 9, or whatever, right? But there is a negative relationship between two variables. As the mileage increases, the prices decreases. Now we will take a look what is the relationship between model and the selling price. Same thing, exact same syntax you have to write down, but here we have to take model on x-axis. That is why I have written in quotation model, run it, and then we will see what we conclude with the help of this graph. See, these are the models. As the models here increases, this is 2000 model, 2002, 2005, and 2007, so on. As the model of the Acura increases, the price increases, right? If we will draw this line, again, all points are not on the same line, but still we have a positive relationship between two variables. As one variable increases, the other increases, right? But in the first example, one variable increases, the other decreases. Okay, now see, here I have made two variables, x and y. Cars underscore model, see, these two are the independent variable. Independent variable you have to write down in 2D array. 2D array means you have to use two square bracket, and y is the dependent variable. When I will run it, it is executed successfully. When I will go to check x, see, you can see here now you have only two columns. Why? Because here mileage and model on x. Y is the selling price. When I will run y, you will see only the selling price is there. So far everything seems to be okay. Now we have to make our model. So for this you have to import from sklearn, same thing which I have written in the beginning, dot model underscore selection, import train underscore test underscore split, right? Because we are going to split our data into two parts. One is called the training, other is called the testing. So see, here I have made this comment. Actually, this is not the comment. This is the right hand side of my second line. Only I want to show you how you have to write down train underscore test underscore split. This function you have to use. In parentheses, we will just write down x and y, whatever variable we have created in our past coding, x and y, and test size is equal to 30%, means you want to divide your data by 20% or 80%, 50-50%, 60-40%. Here I said 70 and 30%. So there are 10 records in my data. So 30% will be considered as the test data and 70% will be the training data. With the help of our training data, we will create a model, right? So this is the test data. So same thing I have written here. So, and here I said this equal this, means what output we will get with the help of this. We will get x train, x test, y train, and y test, right? Okay, so when I will run it, it is accepted by the system, it is executed successfully. Now what is the meaning? We will check one by one. What is the meaning of x underscore train? See, for training there is 70% data, means 7 record. When I will run it, you will see out of my 10 records, these are the 7 records, right? Okay, now one more time, and here I mentioned this is the comment, does not show top 70% in my data. It does not show the top 70. It randomly it picks any 7 numbers, right? When I will run it again, so see, Okay, now this is test. This is the test data. See, in test data, we have three random numbers, not the bottom, not the top one, but three random numbers are there. Same thing for y train or y test. If I will make it y test, you can try y train. This is your homework. So you will see three numbers are here, random numbers, right? Every time I will execute it, the numbers will change because it does not show the top three, top bottom. It will show only randomly, random seven numbers or random three numbers here, right? If you want that same number should be every time you run, there should be the same number, then you have to use this one, random underscore state is equal to 10 and then parenthesis, right? If we will use this random underscore state, I will make this comment and I will remove this comment from here. When I will run it, see now, every time you will run, you will have the same data points. So if you want the same numbers, right, then you have to use random underscore state is equal to 10. Now, if I will make this here, I want to check the length of my train data. There are the output should be 7 because there are 7 records, right? And for the test data, there are only 3 records, output is 3. I hope so far is clear, right? Okay, now from sklearn.linear underscore model, see import linear regression. We had discussed so many times in our previous lesson. I'm going to execute it. Model dot fit. Now our model is going to be ready here because we are using model dot fit, right? And in parentheses x train and y train. We are using x train and y train. See, our model is ready. Now model dot predict, if I will run this, you will see 3 output. Why 3 output? Because here I have mentioned x underscore test. 7 are my training data, 3 are my testing data, that is these are my testing points. If we will compare this with the y, I say y underscore test and then see these are the points. So these points we have to compare to our data, whether we have exactly these numbers. If the exactly these numbers are there in our data set, it means our model is accurate, right? So how to check the accuracy? We have to use the dot score function. So model dot score x underscore test y underscore test. When we will run it, you will see 0.72 means 72%. Our model is 72% good, right? It is not 100%, means the relation between x and y is 72%, simply you can say. So this is all about training and testing. I hope this is clear. Please practice it. See you in the next lesson and thank you.